You're listening to the Taheebo Tea Club radio show, hosted by Milan Vukovic, founder of the Taheebo Tea Club.
Welcome to the Taheebo Tea Club radio show. Our programs on Friday from 11 a.m. till noon and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. are live listener call-in shows. Now, the Taheebo tree is an amazing tree. It never gets sick, it never gets infested, never gets infested. As a result, the highest potency Taheebo comes from the inner bark of the tree, where the arterial and vein systems, called the xylem and the phloem in the tree, reside, which bring nutrients to the rest of the tree. That's why we only harvest mature trees over 40 years old in the rainforest of Brazil. The harvest method we use is to semi-strip the outer bark to get to the inner bark without cutting down the tree and allowing it to heal itself. It's the only tree in the world the fungus doesn't grow on, so as a result, it naturally has antifungal, anti-infection, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammation, and anti-parasite properties. So these benefits go a long way to helping our immune system contend with a lot of things it normally has to contend with on a daily basis. Parasites would be something like stomach problems. Inflammation would be something like rheumatoid arthritis. Infection would be any infection from a tooth infection to a bladder infection. Viral would be any virus from herpes to HIV to coronavirus. Bacteria would be something like gum disease or stomach bacteria. And fungus would be something like toenail fungus, yeast, or candida. But maybe more importantly, what the tea does is builds the red corpuscles in the blood, which carry oxygen to our organs and cells. And our organs and cells need oxygen to regenerate themselves. Our immune system needs oxygen to develop, and cancer happens to die on oxygen. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps regenerate new cells. Everything from the cells in our skin so we look better, to the cells in our organs so they function properly, and it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to infection, diabetes, or cancer. Some of the topics we'll discuss on today's show are Taheebo tea versus AIDS, anemia, arthritis, asthma, bronchitis, all types of cancers, candida, colitis, diabetes, diverticulitis, eczema, fungus, gastritis, gonorrhea, gout, HIV, impotence, infections, leukemia, lupus, prostatitis, pyorrhea, rheumatism, ringworm, ulcers, viruses, and yeast infections. Now, our programs on Friday from 11 a.m. till noon and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. are live listener call-in shows. The number to call is 877-488-1360. Once again, that live call-in number is 877-488-1360. And don't forget, you can also stream our programs and listen to them anytime, day or night, on iHeartRadio. Just download the free iHeartRadio app on your cell phone, or if on your computer, just go to iHeartRadio, and either way, in the search engine of the app or iHeart's webpage, simply search for Taheebo, and we'll be the only ones. That's us. Well, you know, the thing is, you have to drink something anyway. The tea tastes great. It's got no caffeine, so you can drink it all day, all night. You know, 1 pound of our tea makes 300 8-ounce cups or glasses of tea, which equates to 12 cents a glass to make. So even if you drink it instead of water, 8 glasses a day, 8 times 12 cents is 96 cents. I don't care what economic bracket somebody's in the United States. They can afford 96 cents a day to at least give themselves an opportunity for success. You know, so I tell everybody, listen, everything you hear on our radio show, everything that's on the website, everything that's in our printed literature is absolutely true. And God willing, it happens to you too as well. You know, so from that standpoint, it's certainly well worth trying because, you know, there's certainly hope. And for some things, it works invariably. Like toenail fungus, the success ratio is 100%. It comes from the only tree in the world fungus doesn't grow on. So obviously, that's going to be a no-brainer. For diabetes, it's effective in 90% of the cases, which is absolutely phenomenal. Can you imagine? In 2 months, you can, you know, stop stabbing yourself with a needle to, you know, inject insulin into yourself. That's, you know, a godsend. Now, this next segment is a segment with live listener call-ins from previous shows, and you'll be hearing their questions, their successes, and their experiences with Taheebo Tea. So please do give us a call and let us know how the tea works for you. Thank you.
Yes. I was wondering how, and hopefully this could heal diabetes. Can you give me any insight on it or any studies where Taheebo has done this?
Yeah, I can tell you a lot about diabetes. If there is a favorite disease of ours, if you can call it that, it's diabetes. And the reason is because a diabetic can actually see the tea working on a daily and weekly basis right before their very eyes. Do you take insulin? Do you take a pill like metformin? Nothing? Or what do you take?
I don't take anything because I don't like needles.
Okay.
I pretty much do things naturally, and that's why I was interested in calling in. I'm grateful for this treat.
Yeah, absolutely the case. Thank you for calling in, because I'll be able to tell you a lot about diabetes. We have incredible success ratio with diabetes and an overwhelming amount of customers. And one more question. How often do you measure your blood sugar, and what is your blood sugar when you usually measure it?
To be honest with you, I have to be honest. I don't measure it. I take glipizide. My doctor gave it to me, and a vegetarian supplement called Gluco 20, made out of a bunch of herbs. I'm sorry, I don't do needles.
No worries.
And that's the reason why. I'm sorry, but
no worries.
Needles are needles. I can't handle that.
I'm glad you're being honest, because then I can give you honest advice as to how you're going to be able to see what the tea is doing.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with Milan and more from the Taheebo Tea Club radio show in just a minute.
Taheebo Tea Club's original pure Pau D'Arco Super Tea helps build red corpuscles in the blood, which carry oxygen to our organs and cells. Our organs and cells need oxygen to regenerate themselves. The immune system needs oxygen to develop, and cancer dies in oxygen. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TaheeboTeaClub.com. Taheebo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TaheeboTeaClub.com, or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TaheeboTeaClub.com. Taheebo Tea Club's original pure Pau D'Arco Super Tea comes from the only tree in the world that fungus does not grow on. As a result, it naturally has antifungal, anti-infection, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammation, and anti-parasite properties. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TaheeboTeaClub.com. Taheebo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TaheeboTeaClub.com, or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TaheeboTeaClub.com.
What you're going to want to do is this. Typically, what happens with the tea, the healing process for diabetes is 2 to 3 months, and that's even for people that are taking insulin. So let's say a diabetic is taking even 80 units of insulin per day. They keep taking their insulin, they start drinking the tea. In 2 weeks, instead of needing 80 units, they need 60 units. In 4 weeks, instead of needing 60, they need 40. In 6 weeks, they need 20. And in 2 months, they can get off of insulin altogether. Now, of course, if they are taking insulin, they have to measure their blood sugar on a daily basis, because some days they'll take 80 units of insulin, other days they'll take 60, other days they'll take 100, and that's a huge 40% swing. So that's why somebody who's taking insulin can actually see that the tea is working and know when to reduce their insulin intake. And typically, like I said, the healing period is 2 to 3 months. Now, same for you. The healing period, drinking our tea, is going to be 2 to 3 months. Now, what you're going to need to do, though, is in, let's say, 3 months, you are going to need to get your blood sugar measured, because otherwise, how are you going to know if you've been healed or not? So you're going to need one.
Yeah, I go in. Yes, I go into the doctor every 3 months, and they do an A1C test. So that covers that.
Exactly the case. Okay, so what'll happen is if you drink the tea and then 3 months later go get your A1C, your A1C is going to be somewhere in the range of 5.6, 5.7, 5.5. It'll be right on the money, because you're not severely diabetic. So for you, it'll certainly work. I mean, we've had people with A1Cs, in the 14 level. I mean, which is, almost hospitalization time. Is like comatose. And in 3 months, their A1C dropped to 7, and at the 6-month marker, it dropped to 5.5. So in your case, I'm rather positive. Now, the thing is whenever you're fighting a disease, you want to get rid of it. So you want to drink more tea rather than less. So somebody who's perfectly healthy, and they just want to keep their immune system up, they're a stewardess, and they don't want to catch a cold but once every 5 years, they just need to drink the tea regularly, 1, 2, 3 glasses a day or more, as much as they want. In my case, I drink 6, 7, or 8 glasses a day because I drink it instead of water, and there's nothing wrong with me. Now, in your case, you want to get rid of that diabetes, and if you're, unless you're an 80-pound ballerina, you're going to want to drink 6, 7. No, they don't have to drink as much, or a 60-pound child doesn't need to drink as much as a full-grown adult. So for most of us, in order to effectively get rid of an ailment, you need to drink 6, 7, 8 glasses a day or more. So what you do is you just drink it instead of water. It's got no caffeine, and when you prepare it, you can prepare a whole big batch, 10 or 20 cups at one time. You put the tea in the pot. It'll stay good for 4 days without refrigeration. You can put the tea in the fridge. It'll stay good for 8 days with refrigeration. And you can drink the tea hot, room temperature, cold, or iced. So all you do is just make up a whole big batch of it and, drink it away. I drink it first thing in the morning when I wake up at room temperature. Then I fill a big Yeti cooler with it, Yeti cup with it that holds 4 cups cold to take to work with me, because here in Los Angeles it's hot all year round. And then I drink some more when I get home. So I'm drinking at least 6 glasses a day, and usually 7 or 8. And, just because I love it, I get a natural energy from it. I never get sick. Last time I went to the doctor, and I always get my blood work done before I go in to see him, like 2 weeks before, so that when I go in to see him, he's already got the charts there, because I know for my annual, he's going to send me to, get lab work done. I don't want to be driving back and forth, see him, go to the lab, then come back and see him, make 3 trips, right? So I always get the lab work done first, and then I go see him. Last time I went in, he's looking at my blood chart. He says to me, he goes, "You've got the best blood in the whole building. Your blood is better than the 21-year-old receptionist that answering the phones at the front of the building." I go, "Really? Why do you say that?" He says, "Well, your hemoglobin count is 17.0. I go, "Well, I'm not a doctor." I says, "What's that mean?" He says, "When an adult male should have a hemoglobin count between 13.2 and 17.1, and yours is 17.0. And I go, "Great. Thanks a lot, Doc. Thanks a lot, Doc. I'll see you next year." And I walked out.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit how this tree or how this tea was found out or discovered?
Yeah. Well, the tree's been around for a long time, thousands of years, and there's a tribe in the rainforest of Brazil called the Callaway tribe that are like the medicine tribe for all the other tribes in Brazil. And so they used to go around the rainforest treating the other tribes with Taheebo. And so, of course, when the Portuguese came to colonize Brazil 600 years ago, they stumbled across this tree as well. And they called it Pau D'Arco, meaning strong bow stick, because the wood from this tree is the very hardest wood in the world, because it never gets sick or infested or whatever case. But we're going to have to switch to a commercial break. And if you hold on, we'll be right back in 2 minutes. And I'll also get to the other caller that we've got waiting. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
Taheebo Tea Club's original pure Pau D'Arco Super Tea comes from the only tree in the world that fungus does not grow on. As a result, it naturally has antifungal, anti-infection, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammation, and anti-parasite properties. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TaheeboTeaClub.com. Taheebo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TaheeboTeaClub.com or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TaheeboTeaClub.com. Taheebo Tea Club's original pure Pau D'Arco Super Tea helps build red corpuscles in the blood which carry oxygen to our organs and cells. Our organs and cells need oxygen to regenerate themselves. The immune system needs oxygen to develop, and cancer dies in oxygen. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TaheeboTeaClub.com. Taheebo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TaheeboTeaClub.com or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TaheeboTeaClub.com.
And I'll get to all of you here in a minute or two. The listener that we're talking to at the present time, we're talking about where the tea comes from, and the fact that it's been around for at least 5,000 years, and that the Callaway tribe in the rainforest of Brazil uses it. They're the medicine people for the other tribes of Brazil, and our American government actually knows about this tree. And when we were building the Panama Canal and having problems with malaria, they actually went down to the rainforest and picked up the tribal people from the Callaway tribe and brought them with the Taheebo tea to Panama to treat people that had malaria. So, when the coronavirus hit, we had a very good indication that it was going to be effective against the coronavirus, because we knew it was effective against malaria. We knew it was effective against herpes. We knew it was effective against the HIV virus. And we thought it was going to be effective against the coronavirus, and as it turns out, it has. Are you currently drinking our tea, or do you have any particular concerns that you'd like to address personally?
I drink it occasionally, but I'm going to be drinking more of it. And you mentioned it helps asthma. And
yep.
Could you elaborate on that a bit?
Yeah. With asthma, it's absolutely tremendous, because with asthma, what happens is you drink the tea and you won't need to use an inhaler if you sometimes use an inhaler. We had a case in Texas where a pharmacist who lives in Houston bought 8 pounds of the tea for his mom, who lives on a ranch halfway between Houston and Dallas. About 2 months later, I get a call from the pharmacist's brother, and he says, I live on the ranch with our mom, and, the pharmacist's brother bought the tea, and you sent it to us, and mom's drinking it because she's got lung cancer. She says, but it's too early to tell if it's doing something for her lung cancer. But I got to tell you, our sister, she's got asthma. She lives in the city, and because of mom's condition, she comes home every Friday and then goes back to the city to work on Monday. And while she's with us, she drinks the tea because it tastes great, and we, make a whole big batch of it. And she never has to use your inhaler. And when she goes back to the city, she has to use an inhaler again. I said, well, don't be a fool, man. You got 8 packages of the tea. Send one package with her back to the city. What the heck?
Yes.
Anyhow, I've got to get to the next line. It's been a pleasure hearing from you.
Okay. Thank you kindly. Have a good day. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Bye. Good morning,
Hello.
caller. You're live on the air with Milan Vukovic. Thank you for the long wait. Appreciate it. And what's on your mind?
Hey, Milan. My name's Jason. I'm calling because I haven't taken the tea, but I do take capsules of Pau D'Arco, and my wife's from Brazil originally. I actually brought it up to her. She'd never even heard of it, which is crazy because her dad drove all around Brazil. He was a truck driver, a lot of times toting lumber and stuff like that from Manaus all the way down south. I'm sure he knew about it, but he's unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. I was calling because I wanted to see if you know anything about Wilson's disease. I have an uncle who has Wilson's.
That's a good question. I have no idea. In 12 years since I started the Taheebo Tea Club, I haven't had anyone report that they've had Wilson's disease. And so it would be, something definitely worth trying because, the tea helps regenerate the organ functions, everything from the, from the liver to the kidney to the brain to you name it. And, so from what little I know of Wilson's disease, it very well may be of help. And I would recommend that he drinks at least 4 glasses a day, or as much as he likes, but at least 4 to really give it a good try. And now, what type of tests do they do to be able to even tell if progress is being made or not?
Well, they test the copper in the blood. It's not allowed to eat shellfish. There's a bunch of things he hasn't been able to touch since this diagnosis. And supposedly it's not even supposed to be hereditary. But somehow one of his 4 daughters got it. It's weird.
Oh, wow.
They said, no, it's not really a hereditary thing, but somehow, and it's rare. I mean, obviously you know it's rare because I brought it up, most people don't even know about it, It's pretty rare. But, but I'll get on my aunt and I'll give her the stuff and make sure that she makes him drink the tea because she won't. If I tell her about it, she's not gonna let him get away without drinking it. I mean, that sounds good,
No, absolutely. Like no, you're absolutely right. I mean, in 12 years, I've spoken to hundreds of thousands of people, and from our customers, I found out everything from diabetes to dogs. So that's why I say with Wilson's disease, nobody's brought that up. So that's why I only know so very little about it. But certainly, I don't know any of our customers that have. No, it definitely won't hurt because it'll build the red corpuscles, which will bring oxygen to the organs and cells. And the organs and cells need oxygen to regenerate themselves. So hopefully what's going to happen is that the new cells that are going to be regenerated will be copper-free cells, and they're going to get rid of the cells that are copper cells. And, after a certain amount of time, whether it's 3 months or 6 months, I mean, there should be something happen. And like I said, please do give me a call back.
Absolutely, will do. Yeah, I'll get it in my aunt's hands, and then he may be willing to do the testimony at that point. If he's drinking it and it's changing things with his blood work. So, I'll point him in the right direction.
It'll certainly do something to his blood work, and if he's getting his blood work done every 3 months, there'll be some significant difference. I don't know about the copper, but I mean, many of the other things is going to help with too. So, so please do give me a call and we'll pass on the information to other customers. Thank you so much for calling. Have a Merry Christmas.
Got it, Milan. Thank you. You too. Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So the complete website is TaheeboTeaClub.com. That's TaheeboTeaClub.com. This is Milan Vukovic, founder of the Taheebo Tea Club. You've been listening to the Taheebo Tea Club radio hour. Tune in at the same time next week. We'll be talking about a lot of different cases. We'll also have other customers on the line that have used the tea. And as I mentioned earlier, God willing, it'll have the same benefits for you and your family. Thank you for listening.
Taheebo Tea Club's original pure Pau D'Arco Super Tea comes from the only tree in the world that fungus does not grow on. As a result, it naturally has antifungal, anti-infection, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammation, and anti-parasite properties. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TaheeboTeaClub.com. Taheebo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TaheeboTeaClub.com or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TaheeboTeaClub.com. Taheebo Tea Club's original pure Pau D'Arco Super Tea helps build red corpuscles in the blood which carry oxygen to our organs and cells. Our organs and cells need oxygen to regenerate themselves. The immune system needs oxygen to develop, and cancer dies in oxygen. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TaheeboTeaClub.com. Taheebo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TaheeboTeaClub.com or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TaheeboTeaClub.com.